Hey, what up, decisive marketers? As we all know, live streaming is becoming more and more popular. For example, on Twitch, more and more categories of streaming are open up, right? So you can not just stream video games itself, but you can stream just about anything on Twitch right now. And we all know that LinkedIn as well is opening up their platform for live streaming as well. So if you're not creating live streaming content, then you might lose out from that interactivity and connectivity with your audience, right? And most of these audience will be your hardcore, fans who would follow you, and they may want to have, better ways to get in touch with you, especially through live streaming, right? And today's too, we have covered a few different tools on live streaming before. For example, we've got multi-streaming tools, we've got pre-recorded streaming tools, we've got studio tools, right? So for example, for you to create your stream, you decorate your stream before you start streaming to your YouTube live or Twitch live itself. So today's tool is a little bit different because today's tool gives you your own platform. So it's kind of like Amazon, eBay, right? Those are kind of like your channels for like on YouTube, on Twitch, right? But you have those e-commerce store, for example, but now you want to be creating your own platform so that you own your own followers, right? For example, some people get banned on Twitch, some people get banned on YouTube, and you may not want to put all your eggs into one single basket. So you can create your own platform so that you can, protect yourself in some ways, and you can do so with this tool today. It's called Flutin, right? So with Flutin, you are having your own WooCommerce or Shopify store for live streaming, right? It's not technically a store, but the idea, the concept of having your own platform where you own your own followers itself, and no one can take them away from you, no one can take down your channel at all, right? So that's and today's tool is called Flutin, and I think that's the biggest selling point about this tool itself. But it also has multi-streaming features, it also has pre-recorded streaming features, it also has a studio feature where you can decorate your stream before you go live in Flutin itself, right? So you can be streaming to Flutin's platform and on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, and other channels as well. So before I dive into this tool called Flutin, right, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more digital marketing and e-commerce content. So here we are in Flutin, right? And what I'm going to be doing right now is you have your own profile right here. So if whenever people visit your public URL page on Flutin, they'll be able to see your information right here, right? And then you've got your subscribers. So whenever you create an event on Flutin and people people register into your event, okay, you will have access to your subscribers information right here. Okay, so you will then be able to send emails to them. You can notify them whenever you go live. Okay, and then you've got your video library right here. So these video libraries, they are created whenever you go live and you record those streams. It will then be saved within here, or you can upload your own videos. I've uploaded 2 really short videos right here, and you can turn them into a pre-recorded stream. So you can schedule live, and you can so one thing really cool about Flutin over other platforms I have covered, for example, in one of my videos recently, it's called Melon, which is a live streaming studio. It also allows you to do pre-recorded streams, but you can only stream a pre-recorded video only, right? And it doesn't have a storage for you to save your videos in there. So every time you want to schedule a pre-recorded stream, you got to upload it every time, right? So with Flutin itself, however, you can that they do give you a storage, and at the same time you can queue them into a playlist, right? You can queue these videos into a playlist. Unlike it's kind of like OneStream Live, which is another streaming tool that focuses on pre-recorded streaming, right? So with Flutin, however, you can actually queue them as well, in the same way that you can do with OneStream Live. However, with Flutin, it only allows you to stream up to 4 hours instead of 8 hours with OneStream Live, right? So if you are looking to stream longer hours, then of course you would have to opt for a different tool. If you are streaming up to 4 hours, which might be sufficient, then you can use Flutin. Right, so when would you need more than 4 hours? So for example, if you are a video game streamer maybe, and you are going you have a marathon streaming session, then you could use Flutin might not be able to support more than 4 hours. If you have one single stream that you are trying to stream longer than 4 hours, then that's not possible with Flutin, right? So the next thing is we're going to be jumping into the channels, and we'll see what is supported right here. So Facebook Live is supported, and what Facebook is actually supported is let me just jump in here. Okay, so right now I've got a lot of pages, groups and pages in here. I've got to so one thing a little bit annoying is that once you connect with Flutin, it pulls in like all your Facebook groups, all your Facebook pages, and your Facebook profile as well, right? Which is the Facebook account. So what is supported in Flutin is Facebook group, okay, Facebook page, and Facebook personal account right here. So these are the three that's supported in Facebook. And you got YouTube, okay, and also you got Twitch, and you have Instagram Live, and if these are the four natively supported platforms. And if you want to connect with more streaming channels that is not directly supported by Flutin, you can use custom RTMP, and you just need to input the stream key, and you will be able to stream there. Or if you are trying to stream through a multi-streaming platform, for example Switchboard or OneStream Live, you can also use the custom RTMP feature right here. Okay, so you can it does support Facebook group, it does support Facebook page, and Facebook personal account as well. Okay, so next is with the video library. So let's say you want to schedule live, right? So if we are going to put in a pre-recorded stream, right, you can actually queue them into a playlist, right? Queue them into playlist, right? So if you have more videos, you can add them as well, and you can schedule live, which is very the event creation is similar with the live what do you call that, a live stream, right? A real live stream, not a pre-recorded stream. Is the same process, but one thing is that you got to fill in the description, which is 150 characters right here, right? So I'm just going to put in just going to fill it up with some stuff right here, and then I have the basic information up there, and I can monetize my event right here. Okay, right, so I monetize my event. Okay, okay, and then my broadcast channels are right here. Okay, so once you're done, then your event is created. This one is, which is this one right here, which is not published yet, right? So this one is one that I have published before, and if I want to, I can edit. Okay, which I think it might not be possible to monetize a pre-recorded stream, which I could be wrong, but I think that it's not possible to um, monetize a pre-recorded stream. So let me just jump into the monetization very quickly as well and show you what are the options. Right? So you got a buy me a drink, so people can just buy you certain gifts, and you can also have requests right here. So they could ask you to do something and pay you money for that, right? And then you have event tickets right here as well, so you can turn it into a paid event. So if they want to watch your stream, they have to pay to access it. Okay, right? So okay, so we have the monetization turned on as well. So that means pre-recorded stream is possible to monetize as well. It's just that it's not all active because we don't have the event tickets turned on, right? So next is your broadcast channel, and then you can just turn on which channel you want to be streaming to right here. Okay, so once you're done, what we're going to be doing now, that's the pre-recorded stream, which is really simple to set up. Okay, next is the live studio. Okay, so this is the live studio right here. Okay, I'm going to turn off certain stuff first so that we just keep it really empty right here. So the first thing to take note of is that there is a switch right here which you can switch between Flutin Studio or RTMP. Okay, so Flutin Studio is what you're seeing right here. That means you're using the features of Flutin to design your stream. Okay, so another way is to use RTMP in, or they call it RTMP pool, right? Whichever it is, it means the same thing. It means having a stream being fed into Flutin itself. So you can use other streaming software that has a RTMP output, and you can connect that to Flutin itself. So for example, you can be using OBS Studios. You could be using I guess maybe like Restream Live. You can use OneStream or whichever it is. Okay, and then stream it into Flutin itself, and you would bypass the need for using Flutin Studio right here. Okay, so when you turn on RTMP pool, right, custom branding is not available anymore. Custom caption is of course not available as well. You only have the chat features right here. Okay, so I'm going to switch to okay, so let me just jump back into the settings. So very simply, if you're on OBS or something like that, they would give you the you just need to copy this information and input that into your tool that you're using, and then you can start streaming into from OBS Studios or Zoom or whichever that has a RTMP out feature. Okay, so we're going to jump into the Flutin Studio, which I think most people are keen to be looking at. So first thing, you have the caption. So this is how it looks like. Okay, and then there are next is the branding. Okay, branding. So branding, you have you can add your own logo. Okay, why am I getting an error right here? Okay, so let's see. Okay, so with Flutin you can only add a logo. I'm not sure why I'm getting this error right here. Let me just remove this and try and add it in again. Right, so let me just try and add it in again. Okay. Okay, so there we go. I'm not sure what caused that error. Okay, so but we have we can add a logo right here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let me just jump back in because I realized I have a stream that is open right here. Okay, let me just jump. Okay, let me just turn off the camera first. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so which was showing an error earlier, and I'm going to put that logo back in here. Okay, so it's working now. I'm just gonna remove this one. Okay, so the logo is in here. So you can add a single logo. You can't turn on multiple ones. You can only add one logo right here, which is on the top right. And then you can add a overlay, which is, you know, what I have done. Okay, which is giving an issue right now. Let me just refresh the studio. Okay, let's jump back in. Okay, because I have a large image file right here, which could cause some issue, I guess, right? So we have the overlay. We can't add multiple overlays, so you know I can only have one single overlay right here. So I can't have you know, another image, and then and there's no way for me to move around the image, right? So I can't do that like OBS Studios, where I can, you know, fix where I want the images to be. Okay, and then all my sharing channels are here. So this is the caption as well, right? And then your chat is right here. Okay, so and then your drink request, if there's anyone you know, submitting a you know, a giving you a drink or requesting anything from you, you can make use of this one's right here, right, which will show up. And you can open up the player, so the entire player, this is, you know, how it looks like, but you gotta go live before it shows up. Okay, so so let's jump in now into the features right here. One thing is that if I'm using a you know, I'm not sure this is my issue or you know, Flutin's issue, is that if I want to make use of Flutin, I have to, it seems like I have to boot up Flutin first before I turn on OBS Studios. So because I guess, you know, some of the hardware is being, you know, utilized by OBS Studios right now, and hence it doesn't show up in Flutin. But if I turn off, because I'm recording this you know, this review here using OBS Studios, right? So but nonetheless, if you're just using it for the studio feature, right, it should work fine right here. Okay, so next thing is you know, we got your mute. That's pretty straightforward. We've got the camera right here. Okay, and then we can share screen. So I'm just gonna share the screen right here, right? Okay, so at least that looks fine. Okay, it seems like there is, okay, so I guess that's how it is. Swap screen. Okay, it's because I don't have a camera turned on right now. Okay, so so it does give you multiple layouts as well when you add the when you have when you start sharing screen as well. Okay, and then they have a guest invite feature, which is not live yet, so you can start so when it's live, you can invite people onto your stream. So for example, you're doing a interview, or you're having a chat somehow on live, or maybe you're gaming with your friend together, right? You can turn this, you can invite your friend on your stream. Okay, and then you can share your Flutin event. So this is the Flutin event page. Okay, and I'm just going to open it up right here. Okay, so the event, I've got to go live first, which I think it might have error because I'm not I don't have any hardware that's connected right now. Okay, but it's supposed to go live, and then I should be able to see the stream because of the because of the error when I am having OBS turned on at the same time, I'm just going to try and explain to you what's going to happen, right? So there would be a player right here when once I go live on Flutin, right? It will start showing the live stream. There is a caption feature, so I guess if you start talking on the stream, it's going to show captions if the viewer turns it on, right? And they also have a picture in picture mode as well, so that means they can have a mini player for the stream right here instead. Okay, kind of like in YouTube there is, and I think in Twitch as well they have this feature. Okay, so I guess otherwise that's about it. And of course, any chat comments will come in here. Okay, and you can also reply back, because on the stream chat, right, which will appear right here. What happens is that you can also have, if you're multi-streaming this onto Facebook, YouTube and all, you can reply to some of these comments as well. For example, you can reply to Facebook profile, sorry, not Facebook profile, but Facebook pages, right? So if you reply onto the stream, it will go out to, if you reply within Flutin itself, that comment will appear in your Facebook page stream, but not for Facebook groups and not for Facebook profile. Right, so something to take note of. And also but it's Twitch and YouTube is supported as well, so these are the three platforms that is supported. So if you're using Instagram and all that, there's no way that you can reply from Flutin, because it's not supported by Instagram or LinkedIn or whichever right now. So you may have to have your Instagram turned on so that you can reply to that message. Okay, so otherwise that is all for Flutin right here. At the moment, what I know is that with Facebook groups comments, it will you can actually turn some of these comments into live captions. So you can't actually see who is so let's say someone from Facebook group watching your stream. He or she comments something, you will not be able to see who commented, right? You don't know who commented. Okay, let me just switch over. So you don't know who actually commented right here. Okay, but they are waiting on a update that will waiting for Facebook approval, so that Flutin is able to display the profile of the person who have commented as well, right? So that's coming as well. They also have plans to allow white labeling, so that means rather than seeing the Flutin logo right here, you can even put your own logo. You can change. There's also CNAME that is coming, so you can remove. So you can use your own domain or subdomain, right? So you don't have to use Flutin anymore. So it's your entirely your own platform for streaming itself. You're just using Flutin to create that platform, right? So it's your own streaming platform itself, and that's what Flutin is. Okay, so overall, I think that's about it for Flutin. I think the biggest selling point about Flutin has a lot of big goals about being creating your own platform. It's trying to be the Shopify of the live streaming world, I guess, in a way. And I think that in some ways, because I have been in business for quite a while, and I would say that just being contented on selling on Amazon, on eBay, on such platforms or marketplaces, right, is actually very dangerous, because because you may get shut down or suspended for no reason, and that happens a lot of times with my products on such platforms. Even my entire account was suspended recently, and I had to appeal to get it back as well. So as so if you are streaming onto Twitch, on YouTube, yes, you're building all this followers, you're building all these subscribers, and that's awesome. But you never know what's going to happen, and if you are always planning for something like that, if you're trying to not get into a problem like that, I think it's a good idea to uh, start to build your own following on your own platform, so that you don't have to depend on Twitch on or YouTube. All right, and at the same time, right, whenever people register, you get that information as well. And I think that they do have plans to add API into Flutin, so that whenever you go live, you can then announce it on Twitter, on Discord, whichever, and at the same time, there may be API for you to pull this subscribers' information, their emails, into your own email list, so that you can send them email marketing as well, right? So overall, I think that it's more of a long-term game with Flutin, right? But I think that it's really important for you to invest into your own platform as well. So I think Flutin is doing something that is completely different from a lot of other streaming tools that's out there in the market right now. Okay, so that's all I have to share about Flutin. Overall, I think it's quite a long video because I feel that this tool itself, it's very different, right? And it's bringing something different into the live streaming market, and that's why I am actually very supportive of Flutin for the innovation, right? So that's all I have to share about Flutin. If you let me know what your thoughts are on Flutin in the comments below. If you know anyone who could benefit from a studio, a multi-stream, a pre-recorded streaming tool, as well as your own live streaming platform, right, be sure to share this video with them. And lastly, if you enjoyed this video, do give me a thumbs up. I'll see you in my next video.